What is the best APS-C lens for the Sony A7C II? It might be this. This is the Sigma 10 18mm, and thanks to the newest firmware update, dynamic stabilization has now been added to the A7C II, which means the Sigma 10 18mm might become the perfect vlogging lens. It means instead of shooting video in APS-C mode, you can actually shoot in 10mm full frame to get rid of the vignetting, without having an image that's too cropped in. You can see the differences here between the standard, active, and dynamic stabilization modes. Another bonus is you have the ability to still crop in 1.5 times in APS-C mode and have that added dynamic stabilization. And of course you can still use clear image zoom, but just know that you cannot pair this with dynamic stabilization.
So here I'm filming with the 10mm wide open, no Super 35 mode. You can see there's a bit of vignetting all around the corners. Standard stabilization is on, so no cropping whatsoever. And now active stabilization is on, a little bit more of a cropping here, but you can still kind of see some vignetting in the corners here. And now here's the dynamic stabilization, definitely punched in a lot more, but now there's not really any vignetting here. You can kind of see it a little bit if you move the camera really quick, but for the most part, very usable, especially in a vlog type setting. You can get punched in all the way, and you get the benefit of some extra stabilization here compared to just the active mode. This is what 10mm looks like with the active stabilization on. Let me punch in all the way to 18. You can get really, really close now. 18mm super close up. And when we go back to 10mm here, we're gonna punch in now because you can still go into crop mode. And here is that Super 35 mode. Dynamic stabilization is on, so things are definitely punched in more. This is what 10mm looks like. Let's go all the way to 18 and look at how close you can get now. So definitely a lot more versatility with this dynamic stabilization mode. It's perfect for vlogging, and it gives you a lot more reach just in case you wanted to get a little bit closer to your subject. One other important thing to note is with the dynamic stabilization mode on, I have noticed that the A7C II does tend to heat up a little bit quicker. So just something to be careful of in case you do plan on using this for a long period of time. You might get an overheating warning. Hasn't happened to me yet using this, but just be careful.
So what do you think? Does this make the Sigma 10 18mm an even more viable lens for the Sony A7C II? Would you pick one up if you don't have one? And if you do have one, are you going to be using it more with dynamic stabilization? Let me know in the comments below.